Welcome back to Leagues 3 Shattered Relics. We've completed 5 out of 6 of the Elite Diaries. The Desert, the only one we couldn't do. And now we move on to the other 6 diaries. 12 in total. Really works nicely to do half and half here. First one we're going to look at is Korend and Kebos. For the Elite Diary, we need to craft a blood rune, chop a redwood log, defeat Skotizo, catch and cook an anglerfish, kill a hydra, create an ape atoll teleport tab, and complete a raid. Okay. Blood rune, doable. Chop the log, boostable. We've got the dark totems already from when we unlocked Skotizo. Fishing's doable. Tab is doable. We cannot kill a hydra yet. 95 Slayer. The question is going to be, is this boostable? Because if it is, that's going to help a lot. If it isn't, we would need 95. But since it's just a regular Hydra, I think it might be possible. And then there's also completing a raid. I'm sure at this point we could throw ourselves at it until we win. Let's get the easily completable ones done first. Here is the setup I'm going to be going for Skotizo. I do have the ancient shards needed to make an arc light, but I figure might as well try to complete some other tasks here first. There are a few combat achievements I'm going for here. We're using double tap and knife's edge. We got a ranging potion. Reduced prayer drain is also going to be nice. So let's get in here and see if we can do it. Trying to do the one where you can't take any damage, which works nicely with knife's edge. What works less nicely is the minion spawns here. We've been running away, and we're going to keep running for our very lives and the success of this combat task we're trying to do. It's amazing how easily they keep up with you, even though you can run and they can't. It helps that there's 3 of them, which really makes things more awkward. Get away from me. There we go. We completed 4 combat achievements, the Elite Diary task, and 1 kill was a hard League task. No Demon Bane weaponry, no taking damage, kill it 1 time, and with all the altars down. Very good. Now all we have left that we can do right now is a raid. So let's see how that goes. There's an interesting League task completed. Killing a black dragon was a easy combat task, and that makes 10 of those that we've managed to finish, which is itself a medium League task. I'm just over here collecting dragon hide. What I really needed here was a black dragon hide body. But since I was collecting dragon hides, I figured we might as well get some tasks done here. Our crafting level is nice and high, so we can equip full black dragon hide for a hard task, and full red dragon hide for a medium task. Still would use the barrel's gloves instead, as they give more range bonus, along with all the other bonuses. But still, black dragon hide body, good to have. Here is my disaster of a setup. Going with absolute unit and focusing mostly on double tap. I'm sure that'll be fine. We got Blood Rage, we got a whip, we got a pickaxe. I have very little in the way of anything that could be even considered a crush or a stab weapon. So we're just going to throw ourselves at this. And we only need to get to the end. There is no requirement that we do a good job. First up, it's Guardians. Very simple thing to start with. Just whack it around with a pickaxe. And run away. Nothing too crazy. And they're down. We got a whole bunch of seeds here. Don't know if I'm going to do anything with those. Probably not. Next up, it's Mutadile, one of those. We got a bunch of overloads from these. That's fun. We could probably use those. Would be a nice stat boost. And it would work with the brews, so probably gonna bring those with me. Tightrope. Easily dealt with by just killing everybody. Does it take more time? Probably. But that works out. 1 keystone crystal collected. Crabs puzzle was next. Managed to do the crabs puzzle. Not too complicated. Just had to make the ball bounce around, change the colors. It's all good. With nothing even resembling a crush weapon, I decided to go with absolute unit for taking down Tecton. Also, we have all these potions on the ground now. So that's cool. The Skeleton Mystics really stood no chance against double tap. Absolutely doing decent damage here. Also, moving my potions forward, I guess. Since we have more potions than we have inventory space right now. Innumerable deaths later, here is Olm. I used all my overloads early on in my constant deaths. But there we go. 1 Chambers of Xeric. Hard task. Elite diary task. And a reward for our hour and 20 minutes is 4 emeralds. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. We need way better stuff and actual competence before we try that again. That is the last thing we can accomplish here, as we do not have a high enough Slayer level to boost up to kill a Hydra. And so, we move on to something that hopefully doesn't take an hour and a half. Lumbridge and Drainer Elite Diary. Pickpocket Mavario. Chop some magic logs. Smith an adamant plate body. Craft some water runes. We'd just get that smithing level if we wanted to. That would be a non-issue. But yeah, all of these are actually doable. Fantastic. There is the first Redwood contract. So we finally get to get the experience from this. Not the experience matters at all at this point, but it's also an elite task for checking a grown redwood. Fantastic. The diaries really do enjoy grappling tasks, but this one isn't a shortcut. It is an agility course. And we stole the Pendant of Lucian. Neat. Elite Lumbridge and Drainer Diary. Completed. A few useful things here. We can cast High Alchemy with the ring. So if we're ever doing ancient magic somewhere, we could High Alch a bunch of stuff. So that's a possibility. And we no longer need the Drayman Staff to use fairy rings, which is very nice. The 20% discount at the Colomancer's chest, and the Slayer block slot, and the Run replenishment are all very useless here in the league. At least at this point. We could go block a whole bunch of Slayer tasks. Wouldn't help us, but we could. 97 crafting. And a fragment. Fantastic. Mauritania. Catch a shark with your bare hands. Requires 96 fishing. Easily boosted. Cremate a shade on magic or redwood pyre logs. We can probably just cremate the lowest level one, because it doesn't specify a specific shade. Use fertile soil. Craft a black dragonhide body. And loot a barrows chest. Ah, barrows. That is much more my speed than raids. So let's get all these easy skill and tasks done, and then we can hit up barrows for the first time. Doing a few of the combat achievements here. There's one for doing only magic damage, as you typically would. And that is why it is an easy combat achievement. And now, all the brothers are down. We're not going to worry about the potential or anything. It's going to search the chest. To complete. Can't touch me, which means that none of the melee brothers attacked us. And Faithless Crypt Run, where we didn't have any prayer. Also, looting a barrow's chest was a medium task. Ah, there's the problem. We're going to have to do significantly more barrows than that. We need to loot a barrow's chest while wearing a complete set of barrows. That is significantly more elite of a task. using Last Recall, you can really speed up barrows. So I'm not too worried about having to do a bunch of barrows. But yeah, we need stuff in order to finish this diary then. Loot a barrows chest. Simple. Easy. Loot a barrows chest while wearing a full set of barrows. In Iron Man mode, actually a little bit more work. So that'll have to wait until we do a bunch of barrows. But unlike the Calphite Queen for the Desert Diary, that is actually very much a thing we could do soon without worrying too much about what equipment we have. But not right now. We've done 0 elite tasks in the Varrock Diary. So let's see what these are. Create a super combat potion. Boostable. Trivial. Lunar magic to use plank make. Easy. Bake a summer pie. Should be doable. None of the ingredients for that are too hard to get. Smith and then fletch 10 rune darts. We can boost the smithing. We can't quite boost the fletching. But we only need to get like 3 levels in fletching. So that is easily accomplishable. And then another rune crafting task. So 3 fletching levels and we're laughing. Easy. Made the super combat potion over here for the Varrock Diary. And just making that one was an elite task. Completing an elite task to continue completing an elite task. That's points right there. 3 insanely fast fletching levels later, we can finish this last task. Make some dart tips and feather them to complete the Varrock Elite Diary. More bonus mining, up to pretty much any ore. More bonus smelting, which we probably won't get too much use out of. Skull Scepter, eh. But here we are. It's done. And crafting XP. Level 98. And a fragment. Fantastic. Alright. Next up, Western Provinces. We need to fletch a magic longbow, which will require a few more fletching levels, which would be very easy. Kill the thermonuclear smoke devil. Does not require a task. 93 Slayer. Gonna have to see if that is boostable. Use the agility shortcut. Easy. And 1,000 chompies. That's a lot. But we also have many boosts the amount of chompies we can kill. So, that could be doable. The chompies weren't too bad with all the boosts to kill counts and spawns. So we can come over here to rants. Not purchase a bow. I'm just looking for some free hats, please. 1,000 kills gets us all these additional hats. And finishes that diary task. Wielding the Ogre Expert Chompy Hat is a hard task. There are some more league tasks with chompies for killing just a lot of them. Maybe we'll get to that eventually, but for now, that is the Elite Diary task completed. The Thermonuclear Smoke Devil task does not require you to have the Slayer task, but very specifically, you cannot boost it. If you try to go and fight Thermi with a boost, it says no. So that very specifically requires 93 Slayer. And that should be the highest Slayer requirement for anything. Other ones you actually can boost, but 93. That's still a little ways away here. So we move on to the wilderness. We need to kill all 3 of the wilderness bosses. The terrible, terrible wilderness bosses. Teleport to Gorok with magic, easily boostable. Smith a rune scimitar from scratch, easily boostable. Steal from the chest, slay a spiritual mage, very doable. So all of this is doable. So let's get the non-bossing ones and then take them on. This make a rune scimitar task did not play nicely with Greedy Gatherer. You very specifically need to kill 2 Runite Golems. Then you're supposed to get 1 rune ore from each, which you smelt 2 times for 2 rune bars, and then you make a scimitar. Not 1 for 3 and then you're done. Not how it works. For the wilderness bosses, I'm going with a bit of absolute unit. I think we still need to do some damage though. So I'm trying to do some damage here. Callisto healed. So that's not ideal. The wilderness bosses have some absurd defense. So maybe melee wasn't the right choice here. Yeah, his defensive stats against melee are okay, but his actual defense is insane. We might have better bet once we lose all our prayer here. Because then we'll have the Unholy Warrior for better accuracy. Unless we die first. Yeah, once he can use his melee attacks, we're just gonna get beaten up like crazy here. We have to keep super restoring to get our stats back up. Well, we're still using Piety, so in theory this should be okay. Just need to hit 1 time. My goodness. People wonder why nobody does these bosses the right way. Hey, we hit him. Now we can get knocked down to no prayer left. We have the one that reduces prayer drain. Well, thank you, reduces prayer drain. You're making this very difficult here. But we're still going to win. So, it's all going to work out. Keep on surviving. That's important. But we hit the bear 1 time. So that is good enough. See if we can get some interesting drops here. And we hit again. That time with 45 attack. How's that work? Oh well, not going to complain about it. We could take off Protect from melee. Speed this up a little bit. But then we might get just comboed out entirely, so probably best to avoid it. And there is defeat Callisto, hard task, and stage 1 of the diary. For Vedion, I went and got myself a dragon mace, so we can hopefully hit 1 time. There we go. We can try to avoid the lightning. Would probably help. We've got plenty of food to deal with the damage he does. We're also going to need to kill the hellhounds. So we might want to have protection here, just to decrease the amount of damage we take by a little bit. Alright, we've gotten out of his line of sight. Or something. Let's just get up to full health here. We no longer need the accuracy for doing one hit against Vedion. So we can just take out the Hellhounds as normal here. We've got Twin Strikes, also helping. Keep trying to dodge the lightning. Alright. Looks like it's working. Dragon Mace is really not a bad weapon. Take off Protect from melee. I don't think the lightning hits reflect, since it's not really an attack from him. Let's test it. Nope. No good. Alright, do it again. Now he's orange. What a long fight. We have 21 attack now. That's definitely not helping. There's still gonna be a second phase of Hellhounds too. Unfortunately, this is increasing our defense enormously, which is making him hit less, but honestly not that much less. I think we're probably gonna be fine. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Alright, here's the Hellhounds. Let's get our stats up so we can kill them. We could just absolute unit down the Hellhounds. That's just more potential damage output at the same time than I really want to deal with right now. And we're poisoned. Poison works against the greater skeletal Hellhounds. Who knew? Alright. Yeah, this is very slow. Everything about these bosses is just very slow. We might be able to get away with faster kills with different relic setups later. But for now, this is about as good as we're gonna get. Actually being able to deal damage to the bosses via not actually having to deal damage. Not gonna get much better than that. We're also not risking too many items here. We're above the 20 wilderness mark, so you can lose untradables still. Which is not ideal by any means. Alright, last Hellhound. Going down. And then we can finally finish this. Alright. Keep drinking the Cerebrews. Keep getting hit by a whole bunch of stuff. Oh boy. I wonder if the Wilderness Boss rework's actually going to make them playable instead of just safe spotted like they currently are. Alright, down he goes. I've got an absolute unit. I think you should know that. I am taking these Ranar weeds. There's nothing you can do to stop me. Alright, I've got player attack options off. So let us turn that back on. And go kick this guy's butt. Coming to kill you. Coming to kill you. Oh, he only has absolute unit 1. Oh, you fool. I've got an inventory full of brews here. There's nothing you can do to stop me. Now he's also getting attacked by Chaos Dwarf. Gonna get you. Coming to get you. Now he's getting attacked by Vedion. Oh boy. He just can't win here, can he? Oh no, I'm getting attacked by Vedion. I just can't win here, can I? The question is, does he have a half inventory full of brews? He's still getting attacked by the Chaos Dwarf. Technically, if I lose here, I would lose my cape. So I don't want to do that. Also, since we've both hit Vedion, you can no longer get anything from him. Let's get away from Vedion, shall we? Oh, you leaving? Well, that was pretty dumb. I'm gonna get out of here. And lastly, Venenatus. Trying to get one hit in here. Nope, that was a recoil. We're still gonna need the accuracy. So we can get our... there we hit. Alright, now we're good. So we can turn off that protection prayer. And let the damage just go to town. Venenatus can hit absurd damage. We're just gonna keep our health up nice and high here. No more prayer points, so we'll be more accurate, but that literally doesn't matter. As we sit here, chug and bruise. And remember, all this damage that we're taking is half of what it normally would be. So, yeah. But Venenatus goes down. Easily enough. Hard task of defeating Venenatus. And Elite Wilderness Diary completed. I just need to get out of here and claim our reward. The rewards from this final diary here could be pretty useful. We have unlimited teleports to the Fountain of Rune, if we wanted to try to get some stuff recharged there quickly. Free access to the resource area and increased dark crab catch rate. Works well together. And then we can also just send them all to the bank, so that's also nice. Noted drops for dragon bones in the wilderness. Could be a decent way of training prayer in the future. Just annihilating hundreds of green dragons. Really reasonable idea. And here's some crafting XP. And fragment. Very nice. We're only 250,000 XP from 99. So even if we completed another elite diary here, we would not use it on that. Much like the first half of the diaries, we have 3 tasks we couldn't complete. But instead of all being squished into the desert diary, we got 1 each here, which is unfortunate. So that means out of the entire achievement diary system, there are 6 things we haven't finished. We need to get 10 more fletching levels and find ourselves a dragon dart tip, a Calphite queen head, 85 prayer, 87, and then 93 slayer, and a full bear-up set. The slayer and the prayer should happen simultaneously as we use our various ash and bone scattering methods. Then we got a lot of combat for the barrows and KQ, but overall should be doable. Here's the 8 elite diary items we have. And then the unfortunate hard diary items. 2/3 of the way done, but realistically a lot more than that. So I think I'm going to head to Barrows. Start getting the rest of these taken care of. Next time. Goodbye.